BTS Japanese songs are better than their Korean songs. I absolutely love all of their Japanese songs and I believe they are so much better than their Korean songs. Don't Leave Me, Lights, Crystal Snow, Let Go, Stay Gold, Your Eyes Tell, all these songs are my absolute favorites by BTS. They just hit differently from their Korean songs. They always convey so much emotion and their voices always sound so magical and smooth and beautiful. Their Korean songs are still fantastic though, and all of their recent albums have been added to my playlist. But those Japanese songs, they are on a whole other level. I think this is unpopular because I rarely see people talk about their Japanese songs much, although I don't keep up with the community so I may be wrong.
I personally like BTS's Korean releases more than their Japanese ones because I like fairly fast-paced music and most of the Japanese release tend to be ballads. And also for some reason to me when some idols sing in Japanese it feels kinda awkward sometimes. So I tend to not really like Japanese releases from idol groups. At the end of the day, it's all about personal taste and personally, I prefer their Korean releases. But that doesn't mean their Japanese releases are bad either.
I Can't Stop Me aged like cheese. But blue cheese, no, not that cheese. I mean rotten cheese. I Can't Stop Me was one of my favorite releases for not only Twice and 2020, but just in general. I thought the song was a lovely 80s-ish revival, but now it's just weird. The song just feels empty. The first verse was cute, then the second felt like they just wanted to change things up for the sake of saying it's not completely identical to the first verse. The rap gets on my nerves as well. Risky Risky was catchy, but now it just says that Jip would rather throw in random English words instead of giving his talented rappers a chance to write their own part. A grating. Clearly too high for their comfortable singing range. At first, I didn't mind them until you realize how out of place and random they are. The second part of the chorus, our red line, call me biased, but I'm not sure how to feel with my favorite member's only long part being drowned out by Nayeon's ad-libs that she had sing lying down. Safe to say this era did not showcase Twice vocals in a good spotlight. Wasted potential of MV, lore and maybe many things too. I like to think of the beginning part when they are inside of the flower as purity, evident by the elegant white outfits. Note how the flower is red, like the metaphorical red line. When they were dancing outside of it the outfits were black, hinting at sin and all that bad stuff. Then you have a motorcycle crashing onto a table. Oh no, the train's gonna off a cliff. Random dark lighting shots with flowers over the members.
To be fair, it's only been like 3 months, so I think it's not fair to say it aged badly. I actually did not like I Can't Stop Me when it first came out. It took me about a month to fully like it, but I cannot agree with this opinion. I love this song, and while I do think the MV is a mess and that the song can sound empty at some points, saying it aged like cheese just doesn't come to mind at all. Also, yes, the mixing wasn't the best, and I do think they could have drowned out Nayeon's voice a little bit more, but the fact that they didn't drown it out gave me a lot more oldies vibes since the mixing back then wasn't the greatest either. Anyway, I very much disagree with this person. I Can't Stop Me is a bop and a half.
4th gen groups aren't well known in Korea because members don't have GP appeal. By the way, I'm more so talking about the mid to lower tier 4th gen groups. I feel that every group that holds a major standing in Korea has at least a few members that the general public knows and cares about. You would obviously see that with big 3 and big hit groups. But as for the others, in order for these other groups to reach the top, they need to have somebody that can be at least recognized by the public. That's why non-big 3 4th gen groups are only marginally popular, because their group brand isn't well known yet, as the people only care about the group brand and not the members themselves. I understand that other factors can play a role in their success like management and such, but I feel that most people are disregarding the idea that in order for a group to make it big, the individual members have to make it big as well. I don't wanna name out groups, but I think you get the point that 4th gen groups also need to have members that people recognize to succeed.
I think this is a given, since when you start out as an idol and you're not from a well-known company, you have to make a name for yourself as well as the group. That's the reason why you have centers and visuals. They are supposed to bring in fans that will soon learn more about the group as a whole. I think if the members work hard enough to put themselves out there mixed with good management, great things can happen. Look at the biggest K-pop group right now. They came from a company that was almost had to file for bankruptcy, so the members put themselves out there for people to see. Even groups like GFriend didn't start at these big companies and worked their way up with good management and talent. So while it will be hard for new 4th gen groups that aren't with big companies to get started, I don't think it's impossible to grow with the help from management and putting themselves as individuals and a group out there. I also think you have to remember that the 4th gen is just starting, so it's not exactly the time where every one of them are gonna just blow up due to the 3rd gen still being here and dominating charts and such.
The unjustified mistreatment of TXT's Hooning K is crazy. I'm uncertain as to why it's Kai constantly being targeted, but it's unfortunately happening, and at a constant rate. If it is not the Go, White Boy, Go comments and the complete disregard for his Korean heritage, it is the label of visual hole or his vocals being strained and his voice being whiny. I've even had my own friends regard him as awkward looking due to being mixed, and I honestly don't see where they might be coming from. Discarding my own opinion, however, it's a total matter of respect, especially considering that Kai hasn't done anything problematic or wrong yet. People are being malicious for unjustifiable reasons. It's okay to dislike him or think he's unattractive, but the continuous hate needs to cease. I'm hoping Kai isn't keeping track of any of this and is not letting it get to him, because he honestly deserves none of it. It's not just Antis though, it's also Moa. If not making insensitive jokes, they are alienating him. There is a difference between having a bias and disregarding the other members. It's disappointing.
I'm a black K-pop fan, and seeing how they treat Hooning Kai sometimes just doesn't sit well with me. I know this might be a shocker to everyone, but just because some have white in them doesn't mean they are the spawn of Satan, so let's just get that out of the way. The bigger issue here is why are y'all talk about Kai like that? It confuses me how fans like this still exist. All these people on screen are considered the visual whole of the group, and it sickens me because everyone is beautiful in their own unique way, and if you aren't attracted to that person, it doesn't mean all of a sudden they are ugly. But you know what is ugly? The attitude that comes from these types of people, who think it's okay to call someone a visual whole and strip a person down to something as small their heritage.
I love fan wars. Fan wars excite me. See the bitterness and resentment that streaming, awards, charts and solo stands fighting to release their faith from the evil contract creates. Makes me satisfied. The stupidity of inter-fandom and intra-fandoms give me joy. I relish the tears and drama, while fans in general hate fighting with others. I love it. I always get my popcorn ready as the fan wars turn heated. In conclusion, we need more fan wars. The more, the merrier.
Excuse me,
I disagree with this statement for obvious reasons, but let's just go into some of the big ones. Maybe it may be fun for you to watch people fight over small things, but for me, I can't sit there and laugh while watching people who either made a small mistake or made no mistake at all be tarnished and given death threats. I've lost an online friend to suicide recently due to a fan war, so I can't enjoy it. Also, fan wars would just make K-pop fans look even more immature than people see us as already. If you like fan wars, then I don't know, maybe find a better use of entertainment, cause you sound like the people back in ancient Rome who liked to watch gladiator fights. Here are some of my own opinions that I would like to hear your responses down below in the comments. Most K-pop groups' TikToks are drier than the basic ones that people complain about, and even the out there ones are similar to the basic ones. The only reason why people like them so much is because it's their faves who are doing it. All I'm saying is don't complain about these TikTok stars doing their dumb dances if your fave is doing them too. Also, the ones who only come on there when it's comeback season kinda annoy me, because like, you opened this platform, not you only come onto it when it's comeback season? I don't expect them to be on it every second of the day because these people work, but like, way to leave the fans dry. I feel like someone's going to be mad about this, but We Lost the Summer by TXT is by far a better COVID-19 song than Life Goes On in my opinion. Don't get me wrong, both are good songs, but I personally just really liked TXT's for many reasons. One is how it didn't have to be this overly sad sounding slow song, which I don't really vibe with usually. Also, I graduated last year from 8th grade and I didn't get the graduation or anything that I had hoped for, so hearing a song that was so similar to my life as a teen just touched me a lot more because I can relate to it. Also, I know this is kinda off track, but isn't it just crazy how in TXT's first album they had a song called Our Summer and then the latest song is We Lost the Summer? That wasn't planned, but it worked so well and should be talked about more. I do like Life Goes On and We Lost the Summer, but my one critique is the auto-tune. I just think for both it was a little too much. Thank you guys for watching all the way to the end of my video. If there are any opinions that you don't agree with or anything you think I may have gotten wrong, please tell me in the comment section below. I'm open to any constructive criticism. I'd also like to self-promote a bit. I opened an Instagram that will be linked in the description down below, and I'd love to just talk about K-pop with you guys. If you are new to the channel and you like my videos, share, like, and subscribe, because when I hit 100 subscribers I will summon a K-pop idol to my house. As always, have a nice day and stay sunny.